Let's do an eye tutorial. A lot of women ask questions about how to do their eyes, how to apply their eyeshadow, so I'm going to show you. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do my eyes. That is definitely before I do my face. The reason why I'm going to do that is because if any shadow falls, you'll be able to wash it off or wipe it away without ruining your face. So eyes first, always. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a primer, and what a primer is going to do is it's going to make the color pop out at its very maximum potential. It's also going to prevent creasing, and it's going to keep eye makeup in place all day or night, which is exactly what we want. There's nothing worse than faded eyeshadow or creasy eyes. So primer is so key. I have a really good one if you're looking for one. So if you need recommendations, that's what I'm here for. So the first thing that I'm going to do, so I'm going to be using palette 2, and the reason why I'm using palette 2, it's kind of my neutral nighttime palette, okay? So I use a lot of browns and golds, but when I want to take a break from that, I go to palette 2. I just love the taupey grays, and then there's like this nice little bronze color, so I really enjoy that. So today I'm actually going to be doing a darker smoky eye, okay? So I'm not usually used to depositing a dark color on my lid, but today I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to use Honorable. So if you're not following along with this palette and you're following along with a palette of your own, I'm using kind of the medium color in the palette. So I'm going to take that color and I'm just going to deposit it with a nice fluffy brush, a nice fluffy blending brush. I have some recommendations for you if you need them. So I'm going to take this nice fluffy blending brush and I'm just going to blend this transition color into and right above the crease. What this will do is it won't create a harsh line between your lid color and whatever color you use to highlight your under brow bone. I'll show you what I mean by that in case you don't know. So I'm just kind of sweeping this color back and forth really gently. The colors are very pigmented. You do not need a lot. So please keep that in mind when using these palettes. No matter what products you're using from Younique, you should know that the color payoff is amazing, and the concealers and foundation and everything, a little goes a really long way. So please keep that in mind. All right, so I have added my transition color, so I'm kind of happy with that. I'm going to take a bit of a darker color, so I'm going to take Peppy. It's a black, a charcoal I should call it, and I'm just going to do a corner smoky. Okay, so I'm going to, sorry, I got interrupted. So what you do to one side, you must do to the other. Now, one thing that I should have shown you guys was a little trick that makes it easier to get some straight edges with your smoky and with your liquid liner, and that is Scotch tape. So line that up from the corner of your eye towards the end of your eyebrow. If you don't have eyebrows, well, the corner of your eye to where your eyebrows should go. And you just want to add the smoke, and this will just like keep the shadow in one place. Keep it nice and neat, which is what you want. Okay. I don't take it in or up too high. Just enough to give me that smokiness. I want drama because this is darker than we're used to. This is a going out kind of eye. So I definitely want this to be bolder. Sorry, I put my, whoops, my tape was up a little bit too high. Okay, so just a little bit of smoky. And now I'm going to deposit my lid color And my lid color is, like I said, darker than I'm used to. So it's this nice gray, it's like a charcoal metallic color, but not too frosty, which I like. So I'm going to deposit this on my eyelid. And you'll notice that the color is just like really popping out and is really gorgeous. And that's what you can expect to see when you use primer. And it'll just stay put. So I'm just lightly sweeping it over my eyelid. It's okay if we blend it into the black. Because the black is darker, it won't be too big of a deal. So we're just putting that on our eyelid. Okay, and then what we can do is go back in with our transition color, which was that medium color, and blend a little bit more. Blending is so important when doing a smoky eye. You don't want those harsh lines between the colors. You want it to look blended and seamless and beautiful. That's what we want. Okay, so that is that. I'm going to take a lighter color to get a little bit of glow, and I'm going to deposit this on the inner corners of my eyes, just to give myself a little bit of pop. Okay, and then I'm going to really gently, with whatever's left, just give my brow bone a little bit of a highlight. Tiny bit of a highlight. You don't want it to be too harsh. So I think this is good. I'm going to pair this eye with a nude lip. When I do really dark eyes, I want to go subtle on the lip, and when I do really bright lips, I like to go a little more natural on the eyes. So let me just clean off whatever was on my brush, and I just want to blend it a little bit more before my liner goes on. Okay. All right, and now we're doing liquid liner. So the fact that we have the tape there is definitely going to help us. If you're a liquid liner or gel liner girl, same thing. In terms of application, cannot find my liquid liner. Oh, found it. It actually fell. Okay, so I'm ready for my liquid liner. So I'm going to start by giving myself my wing. Okay, and you'll see the tape is doing a good job at catching what's below to create the perfect line. I'm doing careful, gentle strokes over. Sorry, that was yet another interruption. So as I was saying, I'm gently sweeping it across my eyelid and joining, connecting the wing, and then coloring it in. Okay? And what you do to one eye, you want to do to the other, because you definitely want to go out with two wings and not one, because it will not look fly. No pun intended. All right, so same thing. You want to line up this wing from the corner of your eye outward along that tape, okay? And then we want to gently connect it. I find my left eye wing is always a little bit trickier than my right, and I'm not sure why that is, but you win some, you lose some. So we're still being gentle over our eyelid, very gentle. If you're using a gel, then you're probably using a brush to apply. So you want to go very gently over. You want to make sure that they're even. So far they look good to me. And then I'm going to apply my mascara. You can always take the tape off if you're asking yourself that question, should I take the tape off right now? You can take the tape off to apply your mascara, or you can leave it on. It doesn't really matter. There's no reason why I've left it on, but I will be taking it off like right away. All right, so let's see what we have for wings. I'm happy with this one, and I'm happy with that one. So if you want to clean it up, now is the time to do so. You can kind of just take, I kind of just lick a brush, and if you needed to fix your line, you would just kind of take a wet brush and line it up a little better. I like what I have here, so I'm good. And then you can also dab a little bit of concealer to kind of give it an even more clean look. So take a little bit of concealer. I still have to do my face, so once I do, my foundation will kind of clean that up even more, and that's perfect. What I may decide to do now, because I don't use a lot of liner on my lower lid, on my lower lash line is what I meant to say, I'll probably just take a little bit of that medium color and shade my eye a little bit, and then put on some mascara. I prefer the shade to the line, although some days I do the line. So it really just depends on how I feel that day. I like the look of the shading. Don't poke yourself in the eye. And voila. So my eyes are done. The only thing that I would say is left for me personally is I like to just touch up my eyebrows a little bit to give myself a little more depth and a little more color, especially when I do a darker smoky eye. So my shape is fine. I just really want them to kind of look a tiny bit bolder, a little bit fuller. And that's it. If you have a wedding or you have a really long night ahead of you, then what you can do is you can set. So take your setting spray, set, let dry, and your eyes are good to go. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, let me know.